Hey everyone, this is Matt from endsickness.org. Today I'm going to talk about how multiple chemical sensitivity is always driven by the same thing, mycotoxins. I'll first go over my personal experience, the experiences I've had with my daughter, my clients, etc. First, let me say I'm not a medical doctor. This is not medical advice. This is based on my personal experience. This is for informational and educational purposes only. So let me get back to the concept here. Multiple chemical sensitivity. Why do people have multiple chemical sensitivity? Well, it's a combination of a couple things, but the first thing that's almost always connected is mycotoxins. Mycotoxins are toxins that are created by mold that are byproducts of mold breaking down their food or dust or whatever it's using to grow. And when it does, it produces these mycotoxins as a defense mechanism for the other molds in the environment. So it tries to produce mycotoxins so it can be the dominant mold in the environment. So in essence, you have these molds that are producing mycotoxins, and what happens is the immune system becomes aggravated over time. And often this is a gradual thing. Usually the person who has multiple chemical sensitivity has a disrupted gut. They're not breaking down their proteins well. They have constipation, they're backed up, their detox system's backed up, and they're just not filtering out toxins well, right? But what happens is when you are exposed to mycotoxins in a situation like that, the body just doesn't have the ability to cope with them. And the immune system has to get rid of the mycotoxins. And when the immune system has to get rid of them, then it creates antibodies to them. So let me give you an example. So let's say mycotoxins are being inhaled and you can't get rid of them quick enough. Your liver, your kidneys, your body does not have the capability to get rid of them quick enough because you don't have enough bacteria to break them down. You don't have enough capability of liver and kidneys to flush them out. So what happens? They end up in the bloodstream. And what do you think happens? The immune system has to get rid of them. It has no other choice. When it gets rid of them, it engulfs them, okay? When it engulfs them, what happens after that is it remembers the protein structure, the DNA of this molecule, mycotoxins, and it creates antibodies to it. So when the person becomes sensitive to these mycotoxins, they start reacting to everything, right? They react to foods, they react to chemical smells, they react to stress, they react to more mycotoxins and mold, etc. But the reality is, the thing that's driving all of the multiple chemical sensitivity reactions are the mycotoxin sensitivity, the mycotoxin in your environment. I personally went through this with my daughter. My daughter was sicker than you can imagine. She was having asthma attacks, seizures, her eyes were crossing. She was having severe eczema reactions. All this was from, we thought, chemical exposure, from fragrances. And we were, oh, the chemicals are the problem. You know, the chemical sensitivity, oh man, we got to get her away from these chemicals. But we realized eventually that mold was the underlying issue, that mycotoxins were the underlying issue. And once we got rid of the mycotoxins or got her into a place where she was mostly outdoors, she was living in a brand new place that wasn't full of mycotoxins, it wasn't a 70-year-old building, then what happened? Her chemical sensitivity went away, mine went away, and the reality was it all came back to the same thing, an impaired detox system, in overabundance of mycotoxins in my environment. So here are a couple other things I want to talk about related to multiple chemical sensitivity. One thing that really helped with multiple chemical sensitivity was liver flushes. Liver flushes were huge, okay? By getting rid of some of those gallstones, it took a lot of stress off my liver, and it allowed my liver to start processing these toxins better, start to get rid of these things, and start to stop being so overreactive to everything that was in the environment. So the liver flushes I did were your olive oil, lemon juice, liver flushes, the Hulda Clark liver flush. If you want more information on that, go to my website, endsickness.org. I have a step-by-step on it there. But the liver flushes were huge to get rid of the chemical sensitivities. I mean, I maybe did 20 or 30 of them over time. But I do want to say the main thing, regardless that's driving these chemical sensitivities, is your mycotoxin exposure. Because even after I did 20 of these, when I moved into a house unknowingly that had mold and my daughter was sick, I started to become more sensitive to chemicals in the air as well. So the liver flushes alone won't get you out of chemical sensitivity. You have to make sure you're not in an environment that you're being triggered by these mycotoxins. So next thing I want to talk about is protein consumption, okay? This directly ties to how sensitive you are to chemicals. If you are consuming, let's say, protein, meat 2-3 times a day, you're having eggs in the morning and meat 2 other times, or eating meat twice a day, or eating 6 or 8 ounce portions of meat, this will shut down your detox system if you're not breaking it down. When the meat putrefies and it's not broken down, it just impairs the detox system dramatically. And next thing you know, you're in a situation where you're reacting to everything, right? So if you want to get out of this scenario, at least temporarily, you got to cut back on the meat, the animal products, and go to more plant-based foods to take that stress off the liver, the kidneys, the immune system. Get some fiber to get rid of these toxins, to soak them up and pull them through you. Get some fiber to feed your good bacteria, for God's sake, right? So foods like vegetables, fruits, rice, beans, potatoes, those are the ones that are really going to bind to those toxins and remove them and help you to become less sensitive to these chemicals. Also, those foods won't be so high in protein. They won't tax your liver, your gallbladder, your kidneys so much. So you could start to filter out these toxins naturally and not be so reactive to them. So these are the main things that can help, you know. Mycotoxins are always connected. You know, the protein in your diet is always connected to multiple chemical sensitivity, and liver flushers can be helpful. The last thing I want to mention is you do not want to be taking 12 different supplements, okay? If you have multiple chemical sensitivity, you got to realize chemical sensitivity means you're sensitive to synthetic chemicals, okay? These could be, or it could be natural things like cooking fumes, but mostly synthetic chemicals. You do not want to be taking synthetic vitamins and vitamins that have 12 ingredients in them, right? It's just not a good move. It's not a good move. You want to minimize the amount of vitamins and nutrients you're taking. You want to start off with diet. You want to make sure the environment isn't an issue. You want to focus on the, you know, cleaning out the liver, taking the stress off the liver and the kidneys. Those are the things that really make the most sense, all right? The last thing I want to say is your limbic system. Limbic system needs to be calmed down. When your body's reacting to chemicals, your body's in the fight or flight state, it's reacting to everything. A lot of it is because of limbic system activation, you know, and that can be due to mycotoxin exposure. It could be due to food sensitivities. It could be due to just behaviors and thought patterns and just the way someone is. But you have to address these things as well. You can't just neglect them and go, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and, you know, eat the right foods, or I'm going to go ahead and get out of the mycotoxins. Or you have to approach things from a comprehensive, you know, comprehensive level. So our food is tied in. The high protein diet's tied into the multiple chemical sensitivity. The too many animal products impairing our detox system, which makes us flare when we're around these things. The other part's mycotoxins, which is the number one thing, right? And the last part is going to be stress or limbic system. So don't take too many supplements. I want to reemphasize that. Don't take 12 supplements and say, I have multiple chemical sensitivity. Well, you have to minimize. Less is better when you have multiple chemical sensitivity. You want to figure out the actual root cause, which is almost always mycotoxin sensitivity. And if you want to define that, you want to make sure it's mycotoxin sensitivity, go to mymycolab.com. They have a test on there. It will show you if you have antibodies to your current environment and to your past environment. And this is definitive. You can't second guess this. If you have antibodies through the roof to black mold toxins, and guess what? It's in your home. Whether you test for it and it shows up on the home mold test or not, doesn't matter, right? So thanks for watching, everybody. This should be all the information you need to really get out of that rut with multiple chemical sensitivity. I beat it myself. I had my daughter beat it. I've helped clients get over it. This is something you can beat. It is not a lifelong condition. You just got to understand the root cause and how things work. Reach out to me. Go to my website, endsickness.org. You can set up a free 30-minute phone consultation on there. I could go over your case, how I would approach it. And thanks for watching, everybody. Hope to see you at another video.